It's NFL Combine Week. We're getting a good look at our favorite prospects, what they're doing on the track, what they're saying in interviews, and everything else. Some of these players will bomb the Combine. Some of these players will blow it up. One player who took a dump at the Combine is Gunnar Helm from Texas. Gunnar Helm. We're going to deep dive those numbers real quick. Before we do, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're going hot and heavy. Looking at these players from the Combine, getting you ready for the NFL Draft, getting you ready for the rookie drafts. But we got to dig into this today because things aren't looking good for Gunnar Helm. And we run a 4.93 unofficial 40-yard dash. We have another one here, 4.84. Either way with the first one, we rank 935 out of 1,200 tight ends in RAS score since 1987. 2.23, a poor RAS score. Poor 40-yard dash, 20-yard split, 10-yard split. Vertical is at 30. That's so bad that's hard to do. Vertical is at 30. 241 pounds. I can't even really give you like anything for that. And his explosion grades disqualified. We don't have a broad jump, so we don't have everything to make that number. But still, the vertical is very low. The 40-yard dash isn't good. The vertical is saying he's not explosive. That's what that number says. He's not an explosive athlete. The 40-yard dash is saying, hey, we don't have speed. We don't have speed to burn. We're going to have to make things up blocking. We have to run crisp routes. We have to be in the right situation. We can still be productive at the NFL. Everything has to go right. However, draft stock, and this being considered a deep tight end class, and you're looking at what he just did here today, this has to hurt him. This has to hurt him. Teams can't be looking at him on the board and looking at other players, and you see a guy that's running not much faster than Rich Eisen. That's kind of extended, but it's not too far off from that. What do you want to think? A 4.84 40-yard dash. It got the speed score okay overall because the 20 and 10-yard splits are a little bit better. But the RAS, 4.49. Ranking 671 with official times out of 1,200. Like, it gets better, but it's only just very small. If you're hitting 4.8 at tight end, like, how are you going to create separation? How are you going to get downfield? The vertical is still the same. It's not like you're going to be exploding out of the blocks every play. That is not good. I think there's not many reasons to move a player down from the Combine usually. This is one of the few ones. There's just a few players every year. 4.93 for Gunnar, disgusting. Stumbled bad. He's no way a 4.9 guy, but then he runs a 4.8. So maybe he's a 4.8 guy. 4.85. Just saw Gunnar Helm time. Man, that's tough. One I didn't expect. 4.9 for Gunnar. 4.7 for Harold Fannin. People still making fun of Fanny. Gunnar Helm before round 5. This profile is a tragedy. Like, the shit keeps getting piled on Gunnar Helm. Like, it ain't getting any better. The RAS score is poor. No matter what time you throw in there, the RAS score is not good. It doesn't get any better. The vertical is just as alarming. We don't have any agility stats. Broad jump's not there. 241 pounds. Very few players get affected negatively by the Combine. Very few. And very few have their stock rise immensely. Gunnar Helm, numbers are so bad, it's like, why'd you even work out? Why didn't you just try to hide this from us? Why didn't you just do the interviews and leave? Why did you do this? Like, what's happening? I stumbled on one of the runs, but still, you had a second one. You're vertical, 30 inches. You jump like a dad. You jump like a dad in New Balances. This isn't what you're supposed to do. Who told you to work out at the Combine? Who told you to do this? Because you're not supposed to do this. You do not run or test at the Combine if you know you're going to have this bad results. I think if you're going to jump 30 and maybe your high is like a 32, you don't do it. You don't do it. And that means an indicator, if you're hitting a 30-inch vertical, the odds are you're not having a good 40-yard dash. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. The RAS score says it all. Still an okay player. I think his draft stock is affected. I think how you value him in Dynasty Fantasy Football is going to be affected. It's really going to be anointed by draft positioning and where he goes in the draft. I haven't really heard anybody really looking to draft him much. More like a money ball play. Honestly, this 2025 NFL draft class is all about the running backs. It is all about the running backs. And a sprinkling of wide receivers and those top tight ends and where they go in the draft and playing money ball with them in ADP. We got a couple quarterbacks to look at. Maybe some dart throw quarterbacks in super flex leagues, and that's about it. We got some talent. We're going to see that talent tomorrow. We're going to look at those wide receivers, running backs. I'm going to have a ton of videos tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that. Let me know what you think about them in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.